the Barrel Buddies. I'm BJ, and I'm currently streaming alone. But that's not for long. I'm going to be joined here with our very familiar faces in just a moment. We should have Jimmy the Man Lewandowski with us in just a moment. So while we wait for all of our favorite viewers, that's you, to join us this week, we're going to just give him a moment as we say hello. So I'm taking a look here. I'm getting into this and trying to see what the chat is and kind of what's going on. I'm not usually in charge, so this is going to be real fun. And James is James is going to be streaming in with us tonight, so that's going to make it even more interesting. But I hope everything is exciting, and it says we're live, so I'm guessing that we're good. So at this point, I'm just going to wait for Jimmy to get in, and we are going to get into our show tonight, where we're going to talk about Whiskey Advocate's top whiskey of 2022. Uh-oh. No, it says it's happening. Sorry, I was being told it might not be happening. It definitely is. Uncle Punky! Good evening, Shelly. Hello. And a good evening to you. We're so glad that you came and joined us. While I see on my screen something that looks a little pale, I'm glad to see that what you might be seeing shows me looking very pink or reddish. So that's exciting. We're just waiting for James to join us here. There he is.
Hey.
There's Jimmy the Man Lewandowski. Jimmy, hold on. How do I share you into the Restream app here?
So what you got to do is you have to go to, so under the video, there's like a share tab.
Yeah.
And then you should find like share app or share screen, and then you'd be able to select Zoom.
Window. Oh, there you are. Share.
Yeah, and then you should be able to just share me.
And then turn you on.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not really working.
So once you click share and you click on Zoom, you hit OK, then you can click one of those, like, you'll see a bunch of boxes below the main video screen. That'll put you like me on one side and you on the other. It should.
Oh, I see you now. Okay, so this should be working now. We should be. There you are. Look, we've got James joining us now, and we've got me. So we're all together like normal. Good evening and hello.
Welcome to the Barrel Buddies. I'm James.
James, where are you streaming in from tonight?
Well, as you can tell, and I really wish you could see out this window behind me, but I am in snowy Boston. It is snowing right now in Boston. My first snow of winter that snow I haven't seen in a very long time, being out here in Boston. So it's exciting to partake in their snowy winter. So how's it going? How's it going, Beach?
It's great. It's not snowy here, but it is windy and rainy and honestly downright cold here in Las Vegas. We just jump into the chat. Shelly says looks perfect. And Top Feed, welcome. Good to see you, Top Feed. He says, what up, LARPers?
From our last episode, we were talking about LARPing. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we are going to jump right into it because I'm a little steamed. I'm a little freaked out. And I'm really scratching my head going, what the hell is Whiskey Advocate thinking? Naming.
Hold on. First of all, on your Zoom, can you turn your video on? Because I can't see anything.
Nope.
Not to be technical.
I
cannot.
Just
leave it as is. That's fine. I'll deal with it.
If I do that, then Restream gets really mad and says,
yeah, then it shuts off your video to YouTube.
Yeah.
Forget it.
It gets super, super mad. So
that's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. But I do want to get into this. So Whiskey Advocate just released their pick for top whiskey of 2022. And I am frankly, I'm baffled. Of all the things that they could have picked,
What did they pick?
The whiskey that they picked was one I didn't see coming. They picked Jack Daniel's Bonded. We talked last week about our top threes. We all went through our top threes. We named some pretty incredible whiskeys. We named some Frey Ranch, Dancing Goat. We named some Elijah Craig's. I mean, we named some pretty fantastic whiskeys.
An envelope was put under somebody's pillow to give them that rating. There is no way on God's green earth that an independent reviewer would give their number one pick to Jack Daniel's Bonded. It was decent, but in no form or fashion was it the best of 2022.
Agreed.
First of all, they put it in what? It was in like 1 liter bottles. Wasn't it in some weird format to begin with? It wasn't even like a 750. It was like 700 mil or something, like a short bottle.
It's a short bottle. It's a 700 milliliter bottle.
Like, why? Why was that meant for the international market and they fucked up somewhere? So they're like, oh, just throw a bonded sticker on it, just throw it out to the US and we'll create some FOMO, say it's allocated, $40 bottles. Because I'm going to tell you right now, when this first dropped, people were losing their minds to get a hold of it before anybody tasted it. And then they tasted it and it was beyond underwhelming. And then everybody's like, wow, really?
Well,
what are your opinion? What's your opinion on this? I don't want to like toot the horn here.
I listen, you're not far off of what my opinion is. I do have to get to the chat really quick. First of all, Top Coco, hashtag justice for gas ranges. Hank McGurk, what up, Hank? He wants to know if we're doing this podcast from the witness protection. When you start going after somebody like Brown-Forman, we might need to be doing it from witness protection.
You might as well just been in a WIPSEC.
Yeah. Top Pete says WIPSEC buddies. That's right. That might be us. So volume up, James. Let me see if I can get James's volume up.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, this isn't the most ideal. I'm in a hotel room in Boston, so not on my phone. So it's not the ideal of situations, but we're making it work.
We're going to make it work. But if you can talk more into the phone there. So I'm actually, just to answer the question, I'm actually at my house tonight. We're not at the typical Barrel Buddies studio, as you can see. James is in Boston, but we're not gonna miss a night where we can come in and really rail on some shit ass bourbon here. It's not even bourbon; it's Tennessee whiskey.
Hold on. Let's get now. What is your thoughts?
Okay.
About Jack Daniel's Bonded, best of 2022?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Listen, number one, if you watch this show, and I see a lot of familiar faces in the chat and a lot of familiar people watching the show tonight, we don't like bottled and bond bottles. At 50%, there's just something about 50% bottles that it's not enough, and it's like too hot to be good. It's not hot enough to be good. It's like it really is
too hot. It's
mediocre.
Too hot when it's a bad whiskey. I think like if it's a good whiskey, if it was in like the mid 50s, it's kind of perfect. But for some reason, bad whiskey at 50 is just watered crap. I think it's just crap.
So Jack Daniel's, as you know, they did a lot of weird stuff this year. So they did the triple mash. They did the bonded. They did the double barrel.
But they had some winners. They had Coy Hill.
Yeah.
They had
hazmat.
The hazmat. Well, there was a bunch of them. Some hazmat, some not, because they released a bunch of single barrels. So they had the Coy Hill. They had, what else did they have come out? Was it the rye or was that the Coy Hill? I keep forgetting which one that was.
They did a
green label.
They did do a green label Coy Hill. So
that's the Coy Hill. The Coy Hill was the green label.
But they also did a Coy Hill that was an orange label. That was the regular whiskey.
Like red. It was a red. Oh shoot!
And that was good.
I don't know why I'm spacing out here.
I thought that was good.
The single barrel releases, they're bangers usually. So like the most recent one, but I would consider it 2023. They did the twice barreled. Well, that was kind of released in December, so technically it would be like a 2022. But that one is really solid. B, we'll get you some of that. I can get you a pour of that.
Would love that.
Or a sample.
Love that.
The triple mash was wretched. I thought that was just so bad. And it's
better
the
than
same with the
this.
Bonded. I was just not a fan. It was not good.
Here's what I don't like about
good.
this. So revisiting this right now, getting back into this.
Which one?
So this is the Bonded. We pulled
Okay.
a Bonded for the show tonight. Since we're gonna rail on it and we're gonna get into it, I might as well be drinking it.
Get into it, and I'm gonna take your lead on it. You're the one drinking it. I don't have it, unfortunately, guys. I'm sorry. I'm out here.
He doesn't have it.
Plain.
But I did stop by the Barrel Buddy studio, and this was a half-drank bottle, a half-drank 700 of the Bonded.
Yeah.
So you had definitely gotten into this. The nose is incredible. I think this smells better than regular JD. I think it's fresh. It's really fresh. It's got like a green, fresh, that grassy, vegetal almost nose with a lot of banana. So it's got some fruit,
yeah,
you know,
kind of typical Jack Daniels. Yeah,
but it's really strong. It's very potent, right? But then the flavor profile on this is exactly what you get, in my opinion, with most bottled and bond products, and that is a really bitter, acrid, charcoal forward product. And I don't like that. I don't think that blends to what I think is a good whiskey. I think that this is IPA for whiskey drinkers. This is somebody who goes, oh, I like a whiskey that kicks me in my teeth and makes me feel like I'm drinking something wretched. That's good. Yeah, it's not
good.
It's not good. It's not good. I don't love this.
So that's like talk it through, right? So we're Jack Daniels marketing. What do you think is the thought process or the reasoning behind these two releases? Because here's the thing.
Okay.
They're single barrel, barrel strength select bottles are fantastic. They're 47%, I think, Jack Daniels Select are solid. Their regular Jack is solid. Bonded was trash. What's the other one? The Bonded, and then what was the other one?
So the triple mash, the double barrel,
mash,
and the Bonded.
Garbage. But then they knock it out of the park with these other single barrel releases.
I agree.
Coy Hill, Heritage Barrel,
the single
Coy
barrels,
Hill,
just the regular
the
single
Rye,
barrels.
The single barrel. Why Jack Daniels? Then why do you have to release this Bonded and then this triple mash? Why? And then it's in 700 ml bottles, which makes me think, no, it makes me think it was a mistake. It was an international release. It probably failed some testing that they did. And then they're like, oh, just throw it back at the United States, throw a sticker on it, it says Bonded, and say it's allocated and have people lose their minds over it. And it's just not good.
I have to call out Frank McGurk for what he just threw in the chat. JD has the Trotsky of bourbon.
The what?
The Trotsky. So he's talking about how, we're talking about all this. He says, this is how I feel about Tito's. As a premium rail, that's now almost as dirty as Popov. And then says JD has the Trotsky of bourbon. Cheers to that. I think that this diversification is exactly what's going on, though, in the market. And I think that all Brown-Forman is doing, who is, that's the mother distillation and mother creator of JD. I think what they're trying to do is keep up in a really cluttered market, because obviously bourbon and whiskey has become tradable like baseball cards. Even today, you and I got a comment in one of the groups that we're a part of. Somebody was showing off a bottle that they said, hey, we can pick these up for $55, but everybody knows that they're trading at a value of $100. We should just pick them up because of the value. We know we'll never drink them. I'm like, that's That's not right. I mean, why are we buying
No.
something that we know has a better value just
And
because
we're
it has
not
value?
buying it to save it like a baseball card. We're buying it to drink among friends. And I'm going to tell you one of my highlights that I just want to say this on the show
Sure.
because I'm so excited about it. I received from a wonderful trade recently
Okay.
5 bottles of Blue Note
Yeah.
uncut and filtered single
Yeah.
barrel, which is actually the 3-barrel blend. There's one. I wish you were at the Barrel Buddies facility doing the show because I would say the
stack them
bar
up.
was open. I took a sip of it before I left, and I was blown away. I didn't want to say this. I was going to just have you try it as a sidebar, but this Blue Note blew my mind.
Really?
And God, it's so good. And here's the thing. They keep that at a $60 price point. And we're drinking Jack Daniels, which can afford to offer and don't get me wrong, the bonded and the triple mash is what, $40?
Yeah, I mean, the price point on this is not bad.
Price point's right. It's the right price point. Is it worth it for the money? I still don't think so. I think it's still not that good.
Not a 700 milliliter bottle. You're cheating me out of 50 milliliters. And it's not that good.
So I bet somebody could do math and say, oh, well, that 40 as a 700 mil would be 65 as a 750 or something, right? I'm sure somebody can do the per ounce price. I don't know, man. I think they're big misses. And what did Whiskey Advocate or somebody called it their #1 whiskey of 2022?
Yep. Well, and they're known. Listen, they're not known for making the greatest picks. Whiskey Advocate's best picks in the last couple of years have been highly questioned. I think you're 100% right. I think that there was a big, padded, comfy envelope that got slipped into somebody's pillow.
Yeah.
And I think that this is just Brown-Forman diversifying or trying to make waves into an already cluttered market to try and have a presence that they may be losing out to some of those bigger players like Buffalo Trace, for instance, Wild Turkey, some of these people who are real big players where the money and the presence is a lot louder than just Jack Daniels. My message to you, Jack Daniels and Brown-Forman, is stick to what you're good at. We buy what we buy from you because it's good. It's reliable. And when we want a sour mash, charcoal mellowed, good product, we go to Jack Daniels. It's a Tennessee whiskey, and that's what you are. Stay out of the bourbon game. Get out of this bourbon hype. Don't do this.
Stick to what people already love about the brand. Those single barrel proofs, people love. Stick to that. Throw some little twist on them somehow. And that's where your makers can be.
Mm-hmm.
They know they're crushing it. The Coy Hill, the Rye, the Heritage barrels, all those one-offs exploded. Guys, just stick to what's
that Blue Label Heritage barrel. Yeah, that Blue Label Heritage barrel was incredible. It was delicious. Incredible.
And even we've had some of the single barrel selects, I've had some 67%ers that we drink, and it's just like banana cream pie, classic Jack Daniels, like banana runs. It's got this like just incredible mouthfeel, incredible taste, and you're like, whoa, this is what? And you're like 67%? No way. Any other bourbon on the planet, whiskey on the planet, Tennessee whiskey, whatever, that I've tried that same ABV, I'm like almost want to spit out. But Jack Daniels has the right product. They need to just hone in on that, stick to what they know is good. I'm sure they do case studies and they have a marketing team.
Oh, of course,
guys, I don't even understand what was the philosophy behind this. Was it? And don't get me wrong, maybe they had some off barrels that just wasn't aging right, and maybe they just had to dump them. We never know. We'll never know the true story unless we work for them, and we can only assume. But whatever that was, it was not good. The bonded was not good. The triple mash was not good. The whiskey of the year is a bunch of fucking smoke screen bullshit. Sorry. It was some envelope that passed over to those guys. It wasn't good. It wasn't good, guys. And here's the thing. It's still fairly readily available on the shelves. I've seen it out here in Boston. I've still seen it out in Vegas. Go get it. Go spend $30 or $40 to try it. It's an experiment. I won't say you're going to like it, but I want us to kind of, put your money where your mouth is, right? Like, I want our viewers to go try this stuff, to realize that we've had good stuff from Jack Daniels, and now you're going to try this, and you're like, whoa, it's a huge disappointment. It's a huge disappointment.
All right, I got to get to the chat. There's some great conversations going on in the chat here.
And here's the thing. Don't get me wrong. I don't mean to be negative. I love having a show where it's something that we enjoy and we love, but I want us to put some distillers in their place when something's not good. And this was not good.
Well, it's not good enough to be whiskey of the year. We're down with that. There's so many other things.
And here's what I want to do. I want to, once you get to the chat, I then want to talk about what Whiskey Raiders said was their number one of 2022. Well, I want to get to that.
All right, perfect. So get into the chat here. Top Feed Cocoa, I agree. With such a small bottle, I wouldn't feel bad using this as a Molotov. And Top Feed, where is Sexy Zach? He said he'd take a rain check for tonight. So I don't know. He's going to rain check, but it's not raining. Hank McGurk saying, Europe is in shambles. Why must Kettle One be the best? Definitely in the world of vodka, it is not. He used to think Absolute is bunk. Still do. Unfortunately, it's better and cleaner than Tito's of today. Do you agree with that?
Interesting.
That's interesting. I don't drink a ton of vodka. When I do, I typically go to Tito's. Yeah. So that's interesting. Grey Goose is the Russian roulette of vodkas. So I'm guessing that's more miss than hit. And then Hank, I appreciate this. I'm an alcoholic and I love to drink. I'm 37, unmarried, no children, and a mistress whose name is liquor. I believe in the booze. To that I say, cheers to you, sir.
Cheers. Cheers, Hank.
All right. So who were you saying? You were saying you wanted to get into another
Whiskey Raiders.
A Whiskey Raiders.
Jay at Whiskey Raiders.
Oh, with T, the number 8. KE.
So if any of our viewers follow Subreddit Bourbon, if you don't, you should. I think there's some very valuable info on there. Obviously, take it all with a grain of salt. But one of the big players there, one of the founders of Whiskey Raiders, I would say very wonderful review site. We'll call them competitors to us, but friendly. And solid picks. And why don't you reveal his 2022 pick, which I wholeheartedly agree with. I think it's a solid pick. And if our friends out there can get this, I think it's worth the $250 to spend on it. And that's, I'm going to say it, the 16-year barrel seagrass.
The barrel seagrass. Yeah. I think that's
the 16-year. Not the regular seagrass that everyone can get.
You know what? Even the regular seagrass, I would 100%.
The seagrass.
I'd agree with that. I think that was an incredible whiskey. All that. What is it? Martinique rum barrels, and apricot brandy barrels. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, what an incredible pick, and the extra aging that goes into that. I think that is. I think that's fantastic. I really do think that's really, 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 really good.
Yeah, so it's actually Madeira, Martinique rum, and apricot brandy barrels, and it has won 2021. It was in Fred Minnick's top 10. It was best of the best in the Robb Report. It's won gold in the World Whiskey Spirits. It's already won a ton of awards on its own. And then what they do is they ramp it up and they do this aged version of the seagrass. And it was fantastic. We have a bottle at Barrel Buddies Compound. We haven't opened it yet, but I've had samples of it before we got it, and it was incredible. And that's what I like to hear as a number one pick, right? It's something unique. It's something different.
Yeah.
The price point isn't super outlandish. This was an age 16 year and plus bourbon for 220 to like 240, 229, between 220 and 250, right around there. Well worth it. Well worth it. It was just had this rich, viscous, sweet, like I can't even like, I just want to sip it again. We will do a show. I promise you, friends. We will do another show where we drink live. We'll do that soon. Actually, we'll do a revisit of the Seagrass. Actually, I don't know if it's a revisit. I don't know if we've ever had it on the show.
I think we've
have it on
talked about it on the show, but
we've probably talked a lot about it,
Yeah.
but we've never truly sat down and reviewed it officially. The 16 year.
Yeah,
I'd like to do that because I have a bottle.
The 16-year
and shout out to
label.
Ken. Ken was the one that was able to get me the hookup on that. So shout out to you, Ken, if you're watching. He was able to hook us up with that bottle.
Yeah, so what they're talking about specifically, by the way, is the gray label. And so what they're saying is it's even better than the gold label. The gray label is the absolute best. Juicy, epic, complex, and it has eradicated the very few things that the original Seagrass could improve. It spotlighted the notes I love the most and pushed them to a metaphorical 11, and that there's nothing that they'd change about Barrel's Gray Label Seagrass. For that reason, it's the best whiskey of 2022 at Whiskey Raiders.
Strong. That's a strong, bold statement right there.
Hey, subscriber 1000 just in the area here, just joined us.
Sub 1K, how's it going?
Uncle Punky says he believes in Crystal Skull vodka. That's the vodka of the best Ghostbuster.
Isn't that Dan Aykroyd?
It is. Ray Stantz.
His line?
That's his.
I haven't had it. I haven't had it before, so I don't know.
Hank says those are bold words. I've not had it. I have a gimmick for tonight because I'm not a big fan of this, and I thought maybe I could improve on the JD Bonded. So what's one of the best things that we could do with Jack Daniels to make it better?
Put it on the rocks.
Add some Coke. So I just happen to have a little Coke left over from my to-go dinner tonight.
And do tell.
Wretched. And one last gimmick here. What all the kids...
Hold on. In all seriousness, I mean, do they think the general public do they think we're stupid?
Yes.
I mean, I'm sorry. Like, I am baffled because this was not good. It was not good. I think we talked about it on the show. Didn't we do a quick review on it? And we were just so like, it was so off-putting. We're like, no, we're not doing this. And I don't want to say we're burning our bridge with that distillery, but come on, guys. Like, we're honest. We're an honest review show here. And I don't know. Just wasn't good. Wasn't good.
Yeah, not a big fan. Not a huge fan.
It's a big thumbs down. And here's the thing. I heard rumblings that was going to be allocated after this release kind of goes away. Who cares? Let it be allocated. We see less of it. Fine.
Really? You think so? You think they're really going to allocate it?
Well, I think by allocated, they meant like release it once a year. So they won't keep it on the shelves consistently. Or it ends up being like a distillery only release, which, whatever. I don't think. But here's what I want to say: it doesn't change my opinion to Jack Daniels. I still think that they make an incredible product. I think that some of their single barrel selects, barrel proofs are stellar. Some of the best I've ever had. But they totally missed the mark on these two releases, and I would like to be that fly on the wall where maybe it was like an off batch or just something happened where they like instead of drain pouring it, let's just call it this and bottle it. I kind of wonder if that conversation happened, right? Like,
Maybe.
I don't know. So
I'm over here with my smoking gun, doing a little.
So you're gonna do a little smoked cocktail, see if that helps it.
I'm just smoking out my bourbon because that's. I don't have time to fat wash it, and I don't have a week to soak it in something. So I'm, I figured I'd give it a little smoke with some hickory wood chips. So I did a little hickory action. So I'm letting that get into the old bourbon there for a moment. See if that makes it a little better. Sorry, not bourbon, Tennessee whiskey. Sorry, we are not hacks. Getting back to the chat here. Says Uncle Punky, Crystal Skull's a tasty beverage. That's from Bob. And Hank says the first rule of alcoholism: teetotalians apologize. You guys have been brought down. Well, maybe. All right. Let's take a little hickory smoke here.
Yeah, how that? Did that help it at all?
Ooh, the nose is incredible. Beyond just smelling hickory smoke, it also has, like I said, those wonderful fruit and fresh cut grass notes. I actually think that the nose on this is great.
What do you mean? The nose is good? It's a good nose?
It's a beautiful nose.
And you're drinking hold on, what are you drinking again? Because I don't know what you're drinking.
The Jack Daniel's Bonded.
Oh, the Bonded. Okay. Got it.
Ooh. Yeah. Not good. I don't like it. Acrid, really acrid, very dry, and it's very Biff tannins.
Biff tannins.
Oh,
okay.
Respect to the repeal of the amendment. Agreed, Hank. Agreed. Well, that's Joe. I'd say, listen, if you want to drink good Tennessee whiskey, Jack Daniel's regular black label, great. Any of their single barrels,
and here's the thing.
Great. Stay away from all of this gimmicky stuff they're doing right now. Not great.
And again, like friends out there, barrel buddies, fellow barrel buddies, like we're back to we're just honest reviews, right, guys? Like we want to tell you how to spend your money wisely. Like our objective and one of our main goals of the show is to help you spend your money wisely and let us go out there and make the poor mistakes of spending our money on crap, and let us tell you what's good and not good. And we will. I will say this, and I can't believe I'm saying this. This is a $30 to $40 bottle. Normally, I'm saying, oh, go try it for yourself. Go out there and get it. For this one, no, I don't think it doesn't even warrant that. I don't think I would even recommend it at all.
And
as
listen,
a gimmick, don't
if
try
this
it.
becomes allocated, meaning it comes out once every 6 months and people start standing in line and they go, oh my God, you can't get it. It's worth more than $40 now. Don't get it. Garbage FOMO.
Don't get it.
Nope, it's garbage FOMO.
And hey, don't take our word for it if you really want to be that way. Go to your liquor store this weekend. Payday Friday is around the corner. It's $30 or $40. Find the Bonded, find the triple mash, and and
then dump it down the drain.
Don't take our word for it.
Take your $40, add 10 to it, and go get a Wild Turkey rare breed and be way happier.
Or just spend a couple extra dollars and get the single barrel Jack Daniels.
It's 47%. It's delicious.
Here's the thing. I will say almost such, but there's probably a guarantee that there's a liquor store in your town that has the single barrel select, the 47%ers, or the bill proofs at like $50 to $70. Spend a couple extra bucks, get those. You will not be disappointed. And end of story. Don't even waste your money on the other trash. Get what you know is good. Get what we're telling you is good confidently, and you will enjoy it. You want to talk about some of the best, like some of those single barrels are like, wowing. And that's why it was so disheartening. We had high hopes for this. We wanted it to be good. We wanted the bonded and triple mash. We're like, hey, this is cool, unique, different, readily available, and it just missed the mark.
Did we? Okay.
What do you mean, did we?
I don't know that we were rooting for these things to be good, but
I'll
say we
like
weren't.
The brand.
We weren't rooting for them to fail.
Fan. Yeah, we weren't rooting for them to fail.
100%.
Exactly.
We weren't rooting for them to fail. Well, enjoy the rest of your time in Boston. Don't forget to hit up Trillium.
I shall. They're kind of like their to-go bottles could left a little bit to be desired.
I'm gonna Venmo you. I want an O Nuts.
If I go back there, I don't know if I'm going back there yet, so hold off on that. If I go back, I'll let you know.
Okay, if you do, I want an O Nuts to go. And then,
but here's the thing. So I got a lot going on here in Boston. I'm actually a 1 week turnaround. So I'm back in Vegas for a week, and then I'm back here, and their bottle list will probably change. Okay. So yeah, just hang tight on that.
Fun fact about Boston. I did a little research because we were trying to figure out what we talk about. Do we talk about this atrocity, or do we talk about the liquor metrics and distribution statistics for Boston? Their number one most drank whiskey,
Jameson.
It's not. It's not Jameson. Jameson's number 2.
What's number 1?
It's Bulleit.
Oh,
remember, it's Bulleit. And so when you go back to Boston, we may have to do a Bulleit show. So
I'm okay with that. I don't dislike Bulleit. So
apparently, you need to go to a tequila bar near MIT.
Oh, I think I know what that is. Who said that?
Frank McGurk says there's a bar, Tequila. I'm guessing it's named Tequila, and it's somewhere near MIT.
Yes, I think I know what he's talking about. I'll have to do some digging. But yes, yeah, down in Cambridge, down over. I think it's in Cambridge, or is it? Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't played Fallout 4 in a while.
I'll dig. I don't know. I'll look it up. I'll see what I can find.
Oh, it's not named Tequila, but it's a tequila bar.
Okay. I'll keep an ear out.
Well, listen. For the Barrel Buddies,
I'm James.
And I'm BJ. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.